What's up, guys? I am Constant, and today we are going to be going over the tank rankings for Shadowlands for Mythic Plus and raiding content. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to like and subscribe, and check me out on Twitch. So there have been a lot of changes recently to tanks, mostly Blood Death Knight. Sorry, guys. And it has changed how things are looking for tank rankings in Shadowlands, so let's check it out. Icy Veins has been a surprisingly reliable resource for tier lists for Shadowlands, so that is why we are going to start here. So for Mythic Plus, things are looking pretty solid for Vengeance Demon Hunter and Protection Paladin off the bat. Protection Paladin in particular is looking like the perfect combination of survivability and damage output for just about every situation in Shadowlands right now. But Demon Hunter is ranking slightly higher for keys. Now, Brewmaster is obviously going to be strong in the first season of any expansion due to the way their mitigation works, and Guardian Druid isn't far behind due to their increased survivability. Blood Death Knight was nerfed pretty hard. But it's worth noting that they're still B tier. B tier is not bad. It's not. B tier is not S tier. It's not the meta. But that doesn't mean that it's not viable, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to get a group as a Blood Death Knight. So try not to panic too much. Warrior is looking like the most lackluster of the tank specs. That's just right now. I also wouldn't worry about that too much because Blizzard has a strong history of showing love to protection warriors. Just look at Battle for Azeroth. So I would be surprised if there were not at least some minor changes for prot warriors moving forward. So my rankings are pretty similar to Icy Veins, but there are a few changes here. So I see Protection Paladin starting out as the best tank in Shadowlands. I do. They've been the most consistent tank in the months leading up to Shadowlands. Their damage is on par with the lowest DPS specs, and it's definitely time they get some love from Blizzard. I mean, I think that Protection Paladins have been mostly neglected for a very long time. Don't get me wrong, there have certainly been times where they were great, but I think that Shadowlands is going to be their time to shine. And not that I think that lore dictates how Blizzard changes, class balance, but it only makes sense that Paladins, who, pretty much have an overwhelming control over things like undead and demons, would be pretty strong going into the land of the undead. So I have Brewmaster and Guardian in the A tier here, something I've gotten very mixed feedback about. But I see Blizzard showing Guardian a little more love before Shadowlands releases, and I think people are forgetting just how strong Stagger is for new content, where everyone is undergeared, and the content is, at least to some extent, new. I do think that Blood Decay will see a bit of redemption following Blizzard's recent nerf. I still have them in the B tier on my list. Once again, B tier, not garbage. But I don't think it's going to be enough to put them back towards the top for tanks in the first season of Mythic Plus in Shadowlands. Alright, time for rating. So, I was surprised to see that Icy Veins still had Blood Decay as S tier after nerfs, but they make a very clear disclaimer saying that they don't believe that Blood Decay will slip from the rank 1 spot, even with the nerfs that Blood Decay just saw. I think that this take from Icy Veins does make sense at the present moment, but I see a few minor changes in the next few weeks that I think will leave a few specs happier than they are right now. If you are expecting me to have a lot of hope for Brewmaster, you are right. I see Brewmaster being S tier for rating. Again, I think Stagger's significance facing new, challenging content is being underestimated here. I see Blood Decay staying towards the top and only slightly behind Brewmaster, especially after the slight buff I'd expect to see for them before Shadowlands releases. Protection Paladin is going to be a force to be reckoned with in all scenarios. I stand by that. I see very small gaps between the bottom 3 specs. I have Protection Warrior and Guardian Druid in the B tier because I think their mitigation and survivability will make them completely viable. Even if they're not the preferred meta tank, I still see them having no trouble getting into groups. I don't think that healers are going to be complaining when that's their tank. I think they're going to be great. Vengeance is still looking a little meh for rating, at least to me, but I really think these bottom 3 specs could end up in any order by the time Shadowlands releases. Let me know what tank you are most excited to play in Shadowlands, and if there's a video that you would like to see where I take a closer look at a certain spec or class, let me know in the comments as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check me out on Twitch. And as always, thanks for watching.